Attitude is why Naomi wants to dethrone Bayley. Take the SmackDown Women's Championship away from her. The champ is going.
Guys, a very important component of this match. Bayley has won every title available in WWE. Guys, a very important component of this match. Bayley has won every title available in WWE. Bayley versus Naomi, SmackDown Women's Championship on the line.
So much of Naomi's career has been predicated on making history. And tonight, she has the opportunity to make even more history.
And Naomi's got plenty of momentum coming into this match and is feeling mighty confident herself.
And Naomi has been quick to take to social media lately, reminding everybody that Bayley has never beaten her one-on-one. Crash and burn.
Good God, just a disgusting thud heard here at ringside.
And retaliates with a counter. Oof. Naomi's heading up top. Watch out! Quick thinking from Naomi. Bayley sent to the outside.
Look out below! Completely throwing self-preservation out the window.
I don't know how your mind would even think about doing that.
Naomi going for broke. And this high-risk offense from the challenger might be catching the champion by surprise.
The challenger being the aggressor here, but remember, the title can only be won by pinfall or submission inside the ring.
We know that Naomi's going to want to pick up the pace in this match, but Bayley's going to look to wear Naomi down.
Yeah, Bayley's going to want to slow down the pace and let the adrenaline wear off for Naomi. Bayley can also turn up the aggression here in a way I'm not quite sure Naomi can match.
We've said it time and time again. Naomi, maybe the most athletic woman we've ever seen compete here in WWE.
Yeah, Naomi wants to depend on athletic maneuvers, while Bayley wants to be more methodical and fight a more classic wrestling style.
Bayley struggling to defend herself.
Naomi picking up the pace against Bayley and keeping her all out of sorts.
Bayley's being caught off guard by Naomi. The champ wasn't expecting such a flurry of offense from the challenger. Good night. What a stunner.
Stunner! Naomi isn't feeling it. Intimidated by the moment.
And Naomi keeping Bayley on her toes, pushing the pace on the champion.
Naomi moving fast, showing that superior athleticism. Bayley might not be able to keep up here.
And Naomi has taken the upper hand.
And Naomi continues to somehow have Bayley's number here. Can you still feel the glow when the lights are out?
Byron, you've talked a lot about this change in Bayley and how people can't believe that this is the type of person she's turned into.
Well, it comes down to career frustration. Bayley is frustrated with her career progression. The way things were when she was hugging and smiling.
It's not about frustration, Saxton. It's about... Oh, looks like she won't be gloating again anytime soon.
Fighting out. Hammering away with punches. The face. Stunner! Stunner! And Bayley is really being knocked around here.
Bayley's game plan isn't working how she wanted. Leaning on the turnbuckle here.
She's vulnerable. Up on the top turn. And here we go. Championship.
Well, Bayley thought she had Naomi, but the challenger is...
ready. Well, the champion has to find a new strategy in a hurry.
Right on the mark. Real view by Naomi.
We might go see a new champion crown.
No, we did.
Ladies and gentlemen, if it weren't for the next two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Afa and Sika, without the Wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made
2-on-2 tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boys. Taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through the table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become a reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense. And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Afa and Sika are even aware of what the tables are for. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting the bell to eventually ring. Oh, man. Oh, weakening the leg here.
And on that exchange, it looked like Devon lost some focus.
Yeah, he better regroup fast before someone uses this moment to send him smashing through a table.
Corey, I gotta know, what can the Wild Samoans do to get the advantage in this tables match? After all, this is the Dudley Boys match, the match they put on the map, the match
To the sky! Whoa! What a landing! From all the way up, wasted no time, flying out to the floor.
Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo. And Afa and Sika just beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
Here are your winners.
Here's the bell, and it's the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, taking on Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boys.
Two sets of brothers, two sets of absolute madmen, ready to get the tables and get downright savage.
Bringing a new definition to the term sibling rivalry. This one will get extremely physical.
Such a peculiar look coming from the Wild Samoans, as if they have no control of their animalistic behavior. Backbreaker. Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. And nothing packs more blunt force trauma than an Afa or Sika headbutt. Down opponent and a double axe handle smash.
Blow to the breadbasket. Getting tossed around. Not the prettiest thing you'll ever see, but it sure looks effective from here.
Somebody stop this competitor.
Now these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams.
To the sky.
One height completely flattened, and that should do it. That has to do it. And we can harp on how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley Boys. With the famous series of TLC matches they've had, the Dudleys have become synonymous with the T, TLC.
And that didn't stand for tender, Cole. It means tables, and it means lots of them.
Yeah, and if Bubba Ray and Devon can get the Wild Samoans to their table tonight, it will really add to the Dudley Boys' legacy even further.
Driven into the barricade. Headed back into the ring. Oh, foot just stomping down. He's starting to look battered.
The purpose of this match is to soften up your opponent before you inevitably put them through the table. And that's exactly what we're seeing here, Cole.
Ooh! And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Afa and Sika are even aware of what the table before. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment. Hot dog! Our manager... Grabbing anything from under the ring is beyond unfair.
Hold on, is he thinking of the submission here?
You can see the agony in his face.
Yeah, the tapping here.
He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
And slides back into the ring.
Oh, right to the leg.
Incoming.
Headbutt to the gut!
I still can't get over the look I always see on the Wild Samoans. It's like they have a one-track mind towards savage brutality.
They for sure answer yes to every question that makes up a scary tag team. Yes, they're rough. Yes, they're tough. Yes, they will maim. Yes, they will hurt. And yes, they will not stop. Does the official not see him removing the turnbuckle pad?
Keep your voice down.
Oh, man, I'm not liking the look of this.
Oh, this will turn your lights out in a hurry.
And Alpha and Sika just beat the Dudley boys at their own game.
Here are your winners, Alpha.
From the very moment he arrived as the enforcer of the bloodline, Solo Sikoa has taken every brutal, savage element of his predecessors and refined them into a near-perfect smashing machine. Even in the year before his arrival, Solo raised eyebrows and garnered buzz while comparing
Now this is... surprise. Carmelo Hayes seemingly had no challenger for his North American title, but Solo Sikoa just showed up here and said, I got next.
Thank goodness. Melo had an opponent chosen by the NXT Universe as they voted for Wes Lee. But Melo and Trick brutally attacked Lee backstage. Now we're being spared a Melo-bration and getting a real match.
And I would have never expected Sikoa to show up. He just joined the Bloodline on SmackDown, and now he's in the main event of NXT. Can the Bloodline get even more gold tonight?
Solo Sikoa already with the strategic advantage, taking Hayes by surprise, challenging him for the North American title. And Solo not allowing the presence of Trick Williams to distract him whatsoever.
Solo has the mindset to destroy anyone in the way of him in the NXT North American Championship. Let me point out that this is brutally unfair to the A-Champ. He prepared for Wes Lee, or a night off.
Oh no, he could be caught here. Bad spot for him. And wait a second. Interesting turn of events here.
Yeah, he just released the hold, and I'm racking my brain wondering why. Oh. Looking to end this.
The schoolboy!
Ooh.
Delivering right hands and then slamming their opponent's face to the canvas. Sikoa prevents that from connecting.
Whoa, stiff headbutt.
Oh, right into a counter. Trick Williams has been quite the difference maker for Carmelo Hayes over the last year. How many times has Williams helped Hayes and saved that North American title?
Yeah, but 10 days ago, Solo Sikoa did the same thing for Roman Reigns when he attacked Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. Sikoa has blood on his hands, too.
Boom! Good defense from him.
A narrow...
In the corner, has to... Big uppercut.
Trick is out. Carmelo is dazed. Here's your chance, Solo. The title could be yours.
Spiked with a Uranagi. Looking to go up high.
From the top.
Oh, Samoa's flat from Solo Sikoa.
It just got as bad as it could for the champ.
2.
What the? Sikoa is the new champion.
Here is your winner!
I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase and these fantasy matchups like Afa and Sika versus Bubba Ray and Devon. But I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns.
Look at this. Even more mind games from Rollins. As we heard that music pop right there, the Shield, you can't help but have a little nostalgia. You can't help but think back to the glory days of when the Shield would go to town, beating everybody down.
Until that man right there, Seth freaking Rollins, decided to tear it apart.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. He knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion. He knew there was one thing that Reigns will never get over, and that is that Seth Rollins chose to end the Shield.
The infamous blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair many years ago, which broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Well, tonight, Rollins will use that to get in the head of the champ and win the Universal title.
And that title, the WWE. Bell rings in the WWE. Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns over 500 days as Universal Champion, but nobody has been in his head like his old brother-in-arms, Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins tore that brotherhood apart 8 years ago, and we can now see that the Tribal Chief never truly recovered from that night.
Well, speaking of family, the Usos have been banned from ringside, and last month, Roman fired Heyman from the Bloodline. So right now, the head of the table needs to win without any out.
This superstar promised a win at any cost. We are seeing just how far they're willing to go.
Samoa drop!
Every single bone in your body has to be aching after that. You essentially just fell off a cliff. Rollins lining up,
Misses the target.
Gets out of dodge.
Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
You're right, Cole. 1 week ago on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. As a result, Jimmy and Jay are barred from ringside.
It was an all-or-nothing move as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match gone the other way. It just proves that Seth freaking Rollins will take every freaking risk to win.
Seth is being overwhelmed.
The power and rage of the Tribal Chief is just overwhelming Rollins here.
An endless bombardment from the champion. The challenger has to be rocked.
Strikes with another punch, showing absolutely no mercy at all. What an onslaught. Clothesline!
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Heading out, but needs to be aware of the referee's count.
Going up,
But right hands create separation and an escape. I hate to say this, but the Tribal Chief has become extremely frazzled without the benefit of having the bloodline by his side.
Every little move Rollins makes seems to put Reigns on edge. This outfit, the Shield's entrance music. I bet if Rollins gave Roman a fist bump, it would make the Tribal Chief go nuclear.
Roman certainly seems out of his comfort zone right now, guys.
Reigns and his comfort zone aren't even in the same zip code tonight, Cole. Unless he can snap out of it fast, he's going to make a mistake that Rollins will capitalize on. Holy, meet the barricade. Heavy contact into the steel steps.
And here he is, heading back into the ring. Reigns plans in motion.
The Tribal Chief has been dominant over the last 516 days since he captured the Universal Championship. Month after month, he's dominated every top contender on the SmackDown roster.
Roman Reigns has beaten big names over the last year and a half, but Braun's
Shoulders are down to retain. Come on, we can have a new champ here. The champion into the pit.
What's he doing? He had this match in the bag. The Tribal Chief has acquired the target. Here it comes.
Caught him.
no way, no way!
Hammering. The referee doing their job. See him clearly in the ropes.
Reigns gets out of harm's way. I have to admit, it's a pretty cold move for Rollins to just take the years of history the Shield had and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling, Saxton. Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now we know that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay.
What a headbutt!
Vicious. Oh my goodness.
Just punishing their opponent.
Right to the back of the neck. What a blow.
Good night. Supernatural power.
Roman being the aggressor.
And you can see Seth is being run into the ground by Roman. Catches a punch. What a headbutt.
Vicious. Roman getting ready to finish this, to finally vanquish the demons of Seth Rollins.
Reigns.
Consider your title dreams dashed after that. Oh, what a kick. Oh, my goodness. Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting. He wastes no time dodging the attack.
Taking the wind out with a stomp to the solar plexus.
Seth Rollins' chances are whittling down.
Right now, Seth is unable to evade Roman's offense, smashing the head into an unforgiving surface. Oh, wait a minute.
What power from the Tribal Chief. Check out this power all the way up.
Sit out, powerbomb.
Ah, the power of Roman Reigns.
Oof, and all the impact brought to the knee.
Momentum has pivoted towards Roman.
Rollins has to find a way to right the ship here.
So much damage has been done to the body. I don't think this can carry on.
Yeah, I know this is about honor, but you have to think about your health, too. Battle of counters. No one's getting their full offense in.
It's cinched in. This could be
A small package driver. He's able to beat a 2 count.
He's still got more left in the tank.
Across the top rope. What a hot shot. Gets out of the ring. What's going to happen now?
Sent into the stairs. That'll stop anybody. And Reigns is really fired up.
All right, he's got to refocus up now.
Clothesline.
Flurry of strikes.
Taking out the knee.
With authority. Just like that, Roman gets stopped.
Slowly moving. I'm sure he can feel the target on his back here.
Counter right when it was needed. Unlucky situation for Rollins. And Rollins capitalizes.
Saw it coming and avoided it.
Textbook jumping clothesline.
Oof.
Seth Rollins just getting dismantled.
Roman seems tapped into his endless reserve of strength.
Clothesline in the corner. Scouted it and fired back with a punch straight to the face.
It's cinched in. This could be over.
Michael, I think the Tribal Chief.
We're going to free the arm and does just that.
Bam! By Reigns! The champ taking care of business here.
Roman Reigns ready to go.
Superman punch!
Absolutely laid Rollins out. And now Reigns can finally overcome his former ship.
Rollins being put into the guillotine. This is the biggest thing. He just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
Reigns hits it!
Did the champ just close this out?
Bell rings and the WWE Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns over 500 days as Universal Champion, but nobody's been in his head like his old brother-in-arms, Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins tore that brotherhood apart 8 years ago, and we can now see that the Tribal Chief never truly recovered from that night.
Well, speaking of family, the Usos have been banned from ringside, and last month, Roman fired Heyman from the Bloodline. So right now, the head of the table needs to win without any allies by his side.
Placed against the turnbuckles.
No escape from these punches.
And the wise man, Paul Heyman, will be at ringside for a championship match tonight, just not this one.
And that's just sickening to me, Cole. Reigns had just cause for firing the wise man, and now Paul's right back with his old client. Heyman has zero loyalty to the Bloodline.
Okay, Corey, did you forget the fact that Roman attacked Heyman? Anyway, Reigns just needs to forget all of that tonight. Rollins is already playing next-level mind games in this match. Reigns cannot let Paul Heyman's actions affect him.
You want to wear your Shield gear? You want to play mind games with the head of the table, Seth? This is what you get. Be prepared for the wrath of the Tribal Chief. Deadlifted clean off of the mat.
Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started to show. Every comment Rollins has made about their past cuts deeper. Every mind game breaks Roman's spirit even further. This might be the toughest physical battle the Tribal Chief has faced, but it definitely is his toughest mental battle.
Sharp kicks. Boom! I think rage took over in that moment. Nothing but blind rage. Oh, man! Ouch!
Seth freaking Rollins has made it extremely personal with Roman Reigns. Years ago when he destroyed the Shield, and again in the lead up to this match.
And if I'm Roman, I'm taking all that aggression and ending this quickly. Go full force and incapacitate Rollins ASAP, because the longer Reigns fights with all his rage, the more potential he has to make a tactical error.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well, says he knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion.
Rollins knew there was one thing that Roman Reigns could never, ever get over, that it was Seth Rollins who chose to end the Shield.
That blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair so many years ago broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Who would have thought that moment would still loom so large and be the biggest key to victory for Seth freaking Rollins?
What a display of strength here. One strong attack after another.
Incoming.
This one's heading to the outside.
Oh, whipped right into the diamond-plated steel. Delivered into the barricade. I hate to say this, but the Tribal Chief has become extremely frazzled without the benefit of having the bloodline by his side.
Every little move Rollins makes seems to put Reigns on edge. This outfit, the Shield's entrance music. I bet if Rollins gave Roman a fist bump, it would make the Tribal Chief go nuclear.
Oh, the power! Reigns establishing the upper hand.
And you can see Seth is being run into the ground by Roman.
Takes out the knee. He's able to counter that.
At last, he's keeping that string of offense in check.
Seth weathered the storm and wants to create a flurry of his own.
Impressive reversal on Rollins.
I have to
Textbook O'Connor roll.
O'Connor roll. The champ with the cover.
Definitely an unorthodox strategy. He must have something else planned.
Crushing the knee there. Rollins getting worked on here.
The power and rage of the Tribal Chief is just overwhelming Rollins here.
Now Rollins looking for some momentum.
This could be the moment he was waiting for.
Rollins with a reversal. Caught that and reversed it. This is a situation you want to avoid.
The Tribal Chief has been dominant over the last 516 days since he captured the Universal Championship. Month after month, he's dominated every top contender on the SmackDown roster.
Roman Reigns has beaten big names over the last year and a half, but Braun Strowman, Rey Mysterio, the Demon Finn Balor, even John Cena. But Reigns has to be bothered by the fact that he has never been able to knock off Rollins.
Roman Reigns locked and loaded in the corner.
Superman punch!
Absolutely laid Rollins out. And now Reigns can finally overcome his former Shield brother.
Reigns set for... Seth Rollins up the turnbuckle from the top. Oh, God, terrible landing on the outside.
The champ might... just ended things right there. I don't even think Roman's aware of where he is anymore. He has tunnel vision for Rollins. The only thing the Tribal Chief is seeing right now is red. And heaven have mercy on Reigns, old Shield brother now.
And Rollins just... It's motionless now. Roman had that guillotine locked in far too long.
Well, the oxygen slowly circulating through Seth again, but I feel it's just a matter of time. The fun and games Rollins has been playing has pushed the...
Oh, Roman Reigns about to put his opponent away. No getting up from this. The spear by Reigns.
That's got to be it. Consider the championship retained.
Well-placed elbow to break up the maneuver.
Rapid-fire Samoan drop.
Roman Reigns is just taking command.
And Reigns is holding nothing back against Rollins. And he gets directed into the... Superman punch by the Tribal Chief. And a spear. Will the champ make that pay off?
Here's the pin.
And Reigns retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal.
I'm the last guy to knock a revolution. I've led a few of those, you know. I admire revolutionaries. I respect evolutionaries. They are the lifeblood of the bloodline. So when Solo Sikoa seized the
The following contest is the man.
And gentlemen, it is time for Bloodline War Games. Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu.
Both of these sides have a deep and abiding hatred for one another. Solo felt he was held down. His crew never called up during Roman's time as the Tribal Chief.
But most of the men on Roman's side were unceremoniously removed from the bloodline, courtesy of Solo Sikoa. And those who weren't have faced continued attacks from the new bloodline.
And the winners tonight are very likely to be considered the true bloodline by the WWE Universe. Let's see who comes out on top tonight. Solo Sikoa, leader of the new bloodline, has called himself the head of the table, called himself the Tribal Chief.
And when he asked the WWE Universe to acknowledge him, we're hearing more and more of the crowd agree.
Well, Solo has grown in power with big wins and title reigns, but this is his biggest test yet. If his crew can defeat Roman's, Sikoa will be everything he says he is and more.
Before War Games officially starts, what do you guys think is the key to the old school bloodline coming out on top?
Every one of these men is a proven main eventer, Michael, but that won't be enough if they can't stay on the same page.
Yeah, and given how united Solo's team is, I don't think even the Mount Rushmore of WWE could handle the new bloodline.
Roman and his crew need to remember what bonded them, what made their team Uzi, and work as a real team. Just one last time.
Sami Zayn grew so much as a member of the Bloodline, it really gave him a sense of self-worth.
Yeah, but part of that self-worth came from defying Roman, from defeating the Usos, which begs the question, and I wish there was a better way to phrase this. Is Sami Zayn still Uzi?
I think he is, Corey.
From the top! Oh, man, he landed rough there.
Looks like they're bringing additional firepower with them into what is now essentially a handicap match. Spinebuster!
Climbing into the ring, pretty much entering a war zone.
Boom, nice. A consistent attack being mounted on Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, Jay has all the wheels turning now.
Slam. I think tonight is going to be a breakout performance for Jacob Fatu. So much raw talent in that young man.
Every Bloodline member, new and old, is a generational athlete. But Jacob seems to be a step ahead of every one of these men at times.
Many already believe Jacob can take the mantle as the leader of the Bloodline. If he's the one to earn the victory tonight, his time as the Tribal Chief may come sooner than anyone thinks.
Here comes the buzzer. The numbers advantage vanishes with this next entrant.
Tanga Loa now entering the fray of Bloodline War Games.
That's a well-targeted attack to the body. And into the corner he goes.
8 men in this war, but one seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That man, Jimmy Uso.
He's currently on Team Roman, but this might be an instance of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, Jimmy had clashes with Roman. He went to war with his brother Jay. But the men who put Jimmy on the shelf for months stand across the ring.
Uso, and looking at Jey Uso.
Will Jay take advantage?
We're going to finish it off. Tanga Loa being neutralized there.
Zayn capitalized on that opening when it appeared.
Oh, and it's reversed.
Hooked up, and DDT!
Gotta be a bit tough for Jay to stand up amongst this team. Some close allies, but some enemies he's yet to forgive.
We've seen the wars that Jay has waged with his cousin Roman, his brother Jimmy, but he needs to put that aside tonight.
And Jay has the title wins and the big victories that earn him the main event moniker. But if he's the one to put away the new bloodline, he will truly be the main event of War Games.
There's the buzzer, and Jimmy Uso is looking for revenge against the new bloodline in War Games.
Snap suplex.
Things could get ugly now as they head inside the cage.
Right in the rib. But now here's Jey Uso.
Is that all she wrote for Tanga Loa?
Hey guys, this is what War Games is all about. Both bloodlines looking at all in the ring.
The old guard and new school.
Nasty boot by Zayn. Has Sammy ended it there. Got the leg, it drops an elbow.
I think we know what he's thinking, and it's not going to be nice. Blast off!
Oh, the diving hurricanrana. This is not looking good for him.
Taking on so much offense. You got to worry about the lingering. Jacob Fatu got a problem here, and clearly going after his core to slow him down.
Headed to the top rope.
Getting back to his feet, but might want to reconsider.
Up high.
Wow, cross body. We're seconds away from these teams being at even strength.
Tama Tonga looking to get wild inside War Games alongside his bloodline.
Uh-oh, has to find a way out of this.
Ooh, nasty shot to the throat. What a match.
It's total madness in here. Looks like setting up for a suplex.
To finish things off.
My gosh, he suffered the full brunt of that. Forget about the table being broken. I think he is broken.
They can't be in any fighting shape after what we just saw.
OG Bloodline leader Roman.
Man, earth-shattering.
Jimmy might have just finished things. Uso.
It is Jay. Look at the dangerous height here.
Stop after stop after stop.
Oh my goodness, stop for a moment.
And listen to this place.
And a kick.
Connects on the kick. He is doing whatever possible to torture the knee.
Tonga doesn't seem as composed after that attack.
That is the meaner, more aggressive Jey Uso coming out to play.
Counting down the seconds until this match becomes a bit lopsided. Beautiful athleticism. Super kick.
And the Tribal Chief is now entering Bloodline War Games.
The odd man in, and he's looking for an ace up his sleeve now.
We've only seen a few blows land above the neck.
Already he's taking on some damage.
You can almost feel the intensity coming from Tama Tonga on that attack.
Under the apron now, looking to stack the odds even higher in their...
Jacob Fatu taking flight.
Uso,
Splash.
crucial moment for Tonga Loa.
Through the ring door and adding a bit of leverage to the situation. He saw that one coming.
He took the worst of that impact.
Yeah, Tama Tonga came prepared for this matchup.
I like his aggression, just pure brutality.
Easy.
A quick reversal by Jay. It crashes to the mat.
Forearm to the kidneys.
To the small of the back.
And for main event Jey Uso, this is as much about a mental advantage as a physical one. His body is showing the effects of this match. And seconds left before the odds are even here.
That'll ring your bell.
And with every addition up to the head, you wonder if he should stay in this fight.
That's up to him and the referee. But I agree, this is concerning. And now the new Tribal Chief, Solo. Sikoa joining Bloodline War Games.
Going up the cage now, must have some sort of strategy in mind. Searching under the ring, thinking something there can get there. And we see Zayn.
Jacob Fatu got a problem here. Top rope. Splash.
Jay can seal it here.
Top rope. He is leaving nothing to chance with these even teams. He's making sure to add... War Games has officially started, and a lot of damage has already been done.
This is about to devolve into... Zayn connects with a hell of a kick. That could put Tama down for good. between them.
Sent into the corner.
To the stomach. Stomped him. Belly. Attack to the midsection.
Oh, man.
What a smack.
That was just insulting.
That was just malicious. Oh, my God. Vicious backbreaker.
Entering even more dangerous territory. Scaling the war again.
Uso.
And now here's Jimmy Uso.
Will Jimmy seal this up? Grabbing a hold of their opponent. Face first into the spear. Jacob Fatu's got a problem here.
He's eyeing the 3 count here.
And now Tama Tonga. He keeps his partner alive.
And into the turn. Kick. It is over.
Zayn has this wrapped up.
Look at the triple away.
Textbook jumping clothesline.
And further punishment getting aimed at the skull here. Tough target.
Damage done there is felt throughout the entire body.
Definitely some damage dealt to him there.
Yeah, Jimmy displayed just a touch of his offensive capabilities.
And just planting them with that DDT there. And this is hard to watch, guys.
Yeah, each blow to the head is worse.
A quick response to Jay's offense. Oh, he flips that around.
Starting to scale up the War Games.
But meanwhile, Zayn up high. Sami Zayn with a big boot.
Is Zayn closing this out?
Trapped in the corner. And a well-executed move we just saw there.
Jacob Fatu's able to dodge that.
And Sami in a penny predicament. He breaks the ref's count before 2.
The muscle memory's got to be taken over now. Pure instinct to kick out before 3. What a suplex. John Henry swinging the hammer like that.
He could be starting to really struggle in this match. And some late-game offense from Jacob Fatu finds the mark.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu somehow sustaining the advantage despite everything he's been through. Uso splash! And that can bank his card.
And Reigns. On a counter.
Brutal impact into the corner.
Taking the easy way.
And Sami taking it back after that. He's looking for
The head of the table cinches it in.
And would you look at that? He just let go.
Going in for the win here.
Kicking out of time.
This is no time to hesitate. You can
Tama Tonga goes for the pin. Now Tama Tonga.
Jimmy with a cause for alarm.
Quick count. Spear!
Jay nailed all of it.
And he's being somewhat backed into a corner.
Tama Tonga setting it up. Here it comes. Tonga twist.
Victory nearly in hand for Tama Tonga.
And there's more damage mounting on Sikoa.
Sikoa watching his chances slip away by the second. Catches him with a jawbreaker.
And over to the other ring he goes. Nice side headlock applied. Super kick.
These non-stop attacks on the torso have more than done their job here.
We could be looking at broken ribs.
Into the neck breaker. Beautiful.
The Uso, Uso. Uso with the Uso splash. That could put Solo down for good. disrespectful.
And he's got a seeing start. Roman Reigns so dominant, and he brings his own submission.
Maybe his plan was just to soften his opponent with that hold.
Rapid fire Samoan drop.
And looking at Jacob Fatu, and now looking for the victory.
Is this it?
And now he stays down for a 1 count.
This is where great cardio makes all the difference. Help Uso.
Uso splash!
Jimmy with a game over.
Measured kick to the vertebrae. Reigns on the money with a Superman punch. And Cyrus.
He's coming in. He's got it.
Oh, breaking up the pin.
Samoa drop! It's a late game offense from Jacob Fatu, who finds the mark.
Fatu must be having thoughts of ending things soon.
Meanwhile, we have Sami Zayn.
Kick right to the face. Ooh, a nasty kick. Kick to the cranium of their opponent. Jacob Fatu got a problem here.
He's standing tall at the top of the cage now.
He's in like
Jumping clothesline! What a jelly!
the amount of precision that went into landing that dot. There was absolutely no room for error there.
Half and half suplex. Lights out.
And looking at Jey Uso.
Will Jey end this? Switches into a flapjack.
Trying to go for it again. Spiked.
Terrible position for Jey.
Looking for the victory.
Going right after the neck.
Neck breaker.
They could have got by Tama. And look out. Here it comes.
Sakala might have just finished things.
Look at Jey. His lights are off.
What a headbutt.
Disturbing impact.
Using that hammer like this was a track and field event. Shoulders are down. Jacob's got to kick out.
What a spear by Reigns.
Reigns put his stamp on this one.
And a pinfall for the victory. 2. And Team Roman wins War Games.
The new bloodline has fallen.
Here are your winners, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn, the Bloodline.
Unbelievable. Roman's original bloodline crew found a way to work together and reestablish their dominance.
You may not know who your brother or enemy is by their last name, but when you're in battle, look to your left, look to your right. That's family. And this is the one true bloodline.